Every morning, you wake up to a battlefield, not outside your door, but inside your mind. The first thoughts that enter your consciousness will determine whether you conquer the day or let it conquer you. Most people surrender before their feet hit the floor, defeated by doubt, paralyzed by comfort, enslaved by yesterday's failures. But you're not most people. You're here because somewhere deep inside, a warrior is trying to wake up. And that warrior needs ammunition, 12 declarations of war against weakness, 12 truths to armor your mind, 12 things you must tell yourself before the world tries to tell you who you are. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in Rome, started each dawn with written reminders to himself. Not because he was weak, but because he understood that the mind, like a blade, needs daily sharpening. These aren't feel-good affirmations for the soft. These are battle cries for those ready to reclaim their lives. He faced plagues, wars, betrayals, yet maintained unshakable strength through daily mental discipline. For the next few minutes, I'm going to arm you with 12 statements that will transform your mornings from surrender into victory. Each one is a weapon against the voices of doubt, fear, and mediocrity that have kept you caged. Each one is a truth that the ancient Stoics lived by, that warriors throughout history have used to forge unbreakable spirits. This isn't about positive thinking. This is about right thinking. This is about replacing the lies you've believed with truths that will set you free. Because the person who wins the morning wins the day. And the person who wins their days wins their life. The battle begins now. Choose your side. The first thing you must tell yourself every morning is this: I am not my past. Say it out loud. Let it sink into your bones. Because until you believe this, you're living as a prisoner of yesterday, dragging chains forged from old mistakes, old pain, old versions of yourself that no longer exist. Your past whispers lies every morning. It tells you that because you failed before, you'll fail again. Because you were weak, you'll always be weak. Because you were broken, you can never be whole. But here's what your past doesn't want you to know. It has no power except what you give it. It's a ghost that only haunts those who invite it in. It's a story that only continues if you keep reading it. Seneca wrote, "The willing, destiny guides them. The unwilling, destiny drags them. But destiny only drags those who remain chained to what was. Every sunrise is a rebirth. Every morning is a clean slate. The person who went to sleep last night doesn't have to be the person who wakes up today. That's not denial. That's evolution. That's the fundamental human capacity to transform. You must tell yourself, what I did yesterday does not dictate what I do today. Who I was does not determine who I become. My past was my teacher, not my master. I learned the lessons. Now I leave the classroom. This isn't about forgetting. It's about forgiving yourself, others, circumstances. It's about choosing to author a new chapter instead of rereading the old ones. It's about understanding that every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. Your past made you, but it doesn't own you. The scars remain, but they're proof of survival, not predictions of failure. Tell yourself this truth every morning until your soul believes it. Until you wake up free. The second thing. I control my response to everything that happens today. This isn't hope. This isn't wishful thinking. This is the fundamental law that separates slaves from masters, victims from victors, the weak from the unbreakable. This is the cornerstone of Stoic philosophy and the foundation of all personal power. Epictetus, born a slave, became the teacher of emperors because he understood one truth. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Every morning, you must remind yourself that while you can't control the weather, the traffic, other people, or fate itself, You have absolute dominion over one thing, your response. This is your kingdom. This is where you reign supreme. Someone will disappoint you today. Plans will fall apart. Unexpected challenges will arise. The weak mind says, "Why is this happening to me?" The warrior mind says, "This is happening for me. How will I use it?" Tell yourself, "Today I choose my responses. I will not be a puppet to circumstances. I will not dance to chaos. When life punches, I decide whether to fall or to counter. When storms come, I decide whether to break or to bend." This isn't about suppressing emotions. Feel the anger, the frustration, the disappointment. But then choose your response. Between stimulus and response lies a gap. In that gap lies your freedom. In that gap lies your power. Most people don't even know the gap exists. They live in pure reaction, slaves to every external trigger. They've surrendered their throne without realizing they had one. Tell yourself every morning, "I am response able." I have the ability to respond with wisdom, not emotion, with strategy, not panic, with strength, not weakness. This single truth can transform your entire existence. Master this, and you master life itself. The third thing. Today's pain is tomorrow's power. Every morning, you face a choice: avoid discomfort or embrace it. Most choose avoidance and wonder why they remain weak. You must choose differently. You must welcome the struggle that others flee from. You must understand that comfort is not your friend. It's the enemy dressed in silk. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." But you've been programmed to see obstacles as enemies, pain as punishment, discomfort as something to escape. Society has sold you the lie that life should be easy, that struggle is failure, that the goal is perpetual comfort. Tell yourself, "Every challenge I face today is a weight that will make me stronger. Every discomfort is a teacher. Every struggle is a gift wrapped in sandpaper." The cold shower you dread? That's mental toughness training. The difficult conversation you're avoiding? That's courage development. The workout that hurts? That's weakness leaving your body. The project that challenges you? That's your capability expanding. Tell yourself, "I don't run from pain, I run toward growth, and growth lives on the other side of comfort. What makes me uncomfortable today makes me unstoppable tomorrow." This isn't masochism, this is wisdom. The Stoics understood that a life without challenge is a life without growth. A sword untested by fire remains brittle. A warrior untested by battle remains soft. You must tell yourself every morning, "I welcome today's difficulties because they are tomorrow's strengths. I am not here to be comfortable. I am here to be capable. I am not here to be protected. I am here to be powerful." When pain arrives today, and it will, don't curse it. Thank it, because it's not your enemy. It's your teacher, your trainer, your path to power. The fourth thing. I am enough as I am, and I am becoming more. This paradox confuses the weak mind, but the warrior understands you must accept yourself fully while pursuing growth relentlessly. One without the other leads to destruction. This is the balance that separates those who thrive from those who merely survive. Too many wake up believing they're not enough, not smart enough, strong enough, successful enough. This belief paralyzes them. They wait to take action until they feel worthy, but worthiness doesn't come from waiting, it comes from doing. Others wake up satisfied with mediocrity, using self-acceptance as an excuse for stagnation. Both are prisons. Tell yourself, "I am complete in this moment, and I am evolving every moment. I don't need to prove my worth, it's inherent, but I refuse to waste my potential." Seneca taught that we must be students and teachers simultaneously. You are enough to start. You are enough to take action. You are enough to deserve respect, especially from yourself. But being enough doesn't mean being finished. A seed is complete as a seed, yet its destiny is to become a tree. You are complete as you are, yet your destiny is to become more than you can imagine. Tell yourself, I don't chase growth because I'm broken. I chase it because I'm alive. I don't improve because I hate who I am. I improve because I love who I'm becoming. This is the warrior's balance, fierce self-acceptance paired with relentless self-development. You can love yourself and still demand more from yourself. You can be proud of where you are and hungry for where you're going. Every morning, stand before the mirror and declare, I am enough to begin today's battle. I am worthy of today's victories. And by tonight, I will be more than I am this morning. Not because you're inadequate, but because you're unstoppable. The fifth thing, my discipline is my freedom. The world has lied to you. It told you discipline is a cage, that rules restrict you, that structure suffocates you. But chaos isn't freedom, it's slavery to your weakest impulses. Real freedom comes from the strength to do what must be done, when it must be done, whether you feel like it or not. This is the paradox the masses never understand. Every morning, remind yourself, my disciplines are my decisions. Every routine I follow, every standard I maintain, every promise I keep to myself, these aren't chains. They're the keys to my liberation. The undisciplined man is a slave to his moods, his cravings, his circumstances. He thinks he's free because he does whatever he wants, but he can't want what matters. He's free to fail, free to quit, free to remain weak. He's free to be a prisoner of his own impulses. Epictetus taught that freedom comes through discipline of desire and aversion. Tell yourself, I am free because I control myself. I am powerful because I can deny myself. I am unstoppable because I've made my will stronger than my wants. When you wake tomorrow at 5 a.m. because you decided to, not because you have to, you'll understand discipline is the highest form of self-respect. It's the ultimate expression of self-love. The warrior's discipline isn't punishment, it's preparation. Every rep, every cold shower, every kept promise builds the strength you'll need when life tests you, and it will test you. The disciplined are ready, the undisciplined are destroyed. Tell yourself, my morning routine is my daily victory. My discipline is my declaration of independence from weakness. My structure is my strategy for greatness. My rules are my rebellion against mediocrity. Choose discipline, and you choose freedom. Choose chaos, and you choose chains. The sixth thing, I choose peace over drama. Not the peace of the weak who avoid conflict, but the peace of the warrior who refuses to waste energy on battles that don't matter. Every morning you must decide, will you be pulled into every storm, or will you be the calm center that remains unmoved? This choice determines whether you live as a reactor or a creator. The world is addicted to drama. People will try to drag you into their chaos, their gossip, their emotional hurricanes. They feed on conflict like vampires feed on blood. They create problems where none exist, magnify small issues into major crises, and invite you to join their circus. Tell yourself, I am not obligated to attend every argument I'm invited to. I don't need to react to every provocation. My peace is more valuable than proving I'm right. My serenity is worth more than winning petty battles. Marcus Aurelius, while dealing with plagues, wars, and betrayal, wrote, confine yourself to the present. Drama lives in the past, rehashing old wounds, relitigating finished arguments. Drama thrives in the future, imagining conflicts that haven't happened, preparing for battles that may never come. Peace exists only in the present, in choosing your response right now. Tell yourself, today I will be like water, flowing around obstacles, not crashing against them. I will be like the mountain, unmoved by the storms that rage around me. This isn't weakness, it's strategy. Every moment spent in unnecessary conflict is a moment stolen from your purpose. Every ounce of energy wasted on drama is energy unavailable for growth. The warrior conserves strength for battles that matter. The fool exhausts himself in skirmishes that mean nothing. Tell yourself, I will not be baited by fools. I will not be triggered by trolls. I will not sacrifice my serenity for someone else's chaos. I will guard my peace like a treasure, because it is one. Choose peace, not because you can't fight, but because you're too busy building an empire to waste time in the sandbox. The seventh thing. I am building my legacy today. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Today. Every action you take, every decision you make, every word you speak is adding a brick to the monument of your life. Most people sleepwalk through their days, thinking legacy is something you leave. But legacy is something you live. It's constructed in the mundane moments, not just the memorable ones. Tell yourself, death is watching, my ancestors are watching, my future descendants are watching. What will they see today? This isn't morbid, it's motivating. Memento mori, the Stoics said. Remember, you will die, not to paralyze you with fear, but to energize you with purpose. You have limited days, and this is one of them. Will you waste it or invest it? Will you consume or create? Will you drift or deliberate? Seneca wrote letters knowing they'd outlive him. Marcus wrote meditations for himself that guide millions today. They understood legacy isn't built in grand gestures but in daily disciplines. It's not about being famous. It's about being useful. It's not about being remembered by many. It's about impacting one life profoundly. Tell yourself, every morning I wake up, I'm writing another page in the book of my life. Every choice is a sentence. Every habit is a chapter. What story am I telling? What wisdom am I encoding? What example am I setting? Your legacy isn't just what you achieve. It's who you become. It's the example you set. It's the strength you display when no one's watching. It's the kindness you show when there's nothing to gain. It's the integrity you maintain when compromise would be easier. Tell yourself, I may not be remembered by history, but I will be remembered by someone. My life will echo in someone else's. Today, I make that echo worth hearing. Today, I build something that matters. Build something today that will outlast today. That's immortality. That's a life well lived. That's a legacy worth leaving. The eighth thing. I deserve my own respect. Not anyone else's, yours. The person in the mirror is the only judge that matters. Most people spend their lives auditioning for approval from strangers while treating themselves like enemies. You must reverse this. You must become someone you respect. This is the foundation of all confidence, all peace, all genuine success. Every morning, ask yourself, if I were watching someone else live my life, would I respect them? Not admire, not envy, respect. Would I respect how they keep their word, how they face challenges, how they treat themselves? Would I respect their choices, their effort, their integrity? Tell yourself, today, I will live in a way that earns my own respect. I will make choices I'm proud of. I will be someone I can look in the eye without shame. I will conduct myself like someone worthy of honor. Epictetus taught that dignity comes from within. No one can give it to you. No one can take it away. But you can surrender it through your choices. Every broken promise to yourself, every moment of cowardice, every compromise of your values, these are withdrawals from your self-respect account. And once that account is empty, no amount of external validation can fill it. You'll be rich in praise, but bankrupt in peace. Tell yourself, I don't need likes, applause, or recognition. I need to know that I did what was right, especially when it was hard. I need to know I didn't quit on myself. I need to know I lived with integrity. The warrior's greatest victory isn't over enemies, it's earning the respect of the person they see in the mirror. That's the only approval that can't be taken away. Self-respect is built in private moments, in the decisions no one sees, in the disciplines no one applauds, in the integrity no one rewards. Make yourself proud today. That's worth more than making everyone else happy, because at the end of your life, you're the one person you can't escape. The ninth thing, fear is a compass pointing to my growth. Every morning, fear whispers its poison. Don't try, don't risk, don't change. Most people obey fear like it's their master, but you must understand, fear isn't your enemy, it's your guide, showing you exactly where you need to go. It's the universe's way of highlighting your next level. Tell yourself, what I fear is what I must do. The conversation that terrifies you, that's where your courage grows. The goal that seems impossible, that's where your strength develops. The change that scares you, that's where your new life begins. Fear is just growth, dressed in a frightening costume. It's potential wearing a monster mask. Strip away the disguise, and you'll find opportunity. Seneca deliberately practiced poverty to conquer his fear of it. He slept on hard floors, ate simple food, wore rough clothes. Not because he had to, but because he understood what you must understand. Fear loses its power when you move toward it instead of away. When you dance with your demons, they become your teachers. Tell yourself, today I will do one thing that scares me. Not recklessly, but deliberately. I will lean into discomfort, because that's where expansion lives. I will seek the edges of my comfort zone, because that's where life begins. The Stoics knew that fear is often worse than the thing feared. The anticipation tortures more than the experience. The imagination creates monsters that reality can't match. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Tell yourself, my fears are liars. They show me catastrophe where opportunity exists. They scream danger where growth waits. I will not negotiate with terrorists, especially the ones in my head. I will not let phantoms dictate my potential. When fear speaks today, and it will, don't silence it. Listen. Then do exactly what it tells you not to do. That's not foolishness. That's the path of the warrior. Fear is your compass. Follow it to your greatness. The 10th thing, I am the author of my story, not the victim of it, not a character in someone else's narrative, the author. Every morning you hold the pen. Every day you write another page. Most people live like they're reading a book written by circumstance, turning pages they didn't write, accepting plots they didn't choose. But you must claim authorship of your life. This is your fundamental power. Tell yourself, no one else gets to write my story. Not my past, not my parents, not my problems. I decide who the hero becomes. I choose the plot twists. I determine whether this is a tragedy or a triumph. You've been letting others hold the pen for too long. Society, expectations, fears, other people's opinions. Take it back. The pages already written can't be erased, but the ending hasn't been decided. The next chapter starts now. Marcus Aurelius, born into power he didn't choose, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." He couldn't choose his circumstances, but he chose his character. He couldn't control the empire's fate, but he controlled his response to it. He authored a story of wisdom in a world of chaos. He proved that circumstances write the setting, but you write the story. Tell yourself, today I write with intention. Every action is a sentence. Every choice is a paragraph. Every habit is a chapter. I'm not writing for critics or audiences. I'm writing the story I want to read. I'm creating the life I want to live. I'm becoming the person I want to be. Stop living as if someone else is directing your life. You're not an actor following a script. You're the writer, director, and star. You're the hero of this story, and heroes don't wait for permission to be heroic. What story will you write today? What chapter begins this morning? What will future generations read about this day in your life? The 11th thing, excellence is my minimum standard. Not perfection, that's a fool's chase. Excellence. The commitment to give your best to whatever is in front of you, whether it's washing dishes or building empires. Most people save their best for special occasions. Warriors bring their best to every occasion. This is what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Tell yourself, mediocrity is not an option. Half-hearted is not in my vocabulary. If my name is on it, excellence is in it. This isn't about impressing others. It's about respecting yourself enough to never give less than you're capable of. Every task you phone in, every effort you minimize, you're telling yourself you're not worth your own best effort. You're training yourself to be average, and average is the enemy of greatness. Epictetus taught that we should perform every action, even the smallest, with full attention and commitment. Why? Because how you do anything is how you do everything. Excellence is a habit, not an event. Tell yourself, I don't have important tasks and unimportant tasks. I have tasks, and I bring excellence to all of them. That email, that workout, that conversation, each gets my full presence. Each reflects my character. Each builds my reputation with myself. Excellence isn't exhausting when it becomes your baseline. It's exhausting to live below your potential, to know you could have done better, to carry the weight of your own disappointment. Mediocrity is what's truly draining. It saps your self-respect, diminishes your confidence, and accumulates into a life of regret. Tell yourself, my standard is simple. Did I give my best? Not perfect, but my best in this moment, with these resources, under these conditions. When excellence becomes your minimum, success becomes your normal. Raise your floor, and your ceiling rises automatically. Today, refuse to give anything less than excellence. Make it your signature. Make it your identity. Make it your legacy. The 12th and final thing you must tell yourself is, today is all I have. Not yesterday with its victories or defeats. Not tomorrow with its promises or threats. Today, this moment, this breath. Most people live everywhere except where they are. Their ghosts haunting their past or prophets predicting their future. But they're never present. They're never here. They're never now. And so they're never truly alive. Tell yourself, yesterday is education. Tomorrow is imagination. Today is action. The Stoics understood that the present moment is the only time you have power. You can't change what happened. You can't control what hasn't happened. But right now you are omnipotent. Right now you can choose, act, become. Right now is where your life is actually happening. Everything else is just memory or fantasy. Marcus Aurelius wrote, confine yourself to the present, not because the past doesn't matter or the future isn't important, but because they only exist in your mind. Reality exists only in this moment. Power exists only in this moment. Life exists only in this moment. Tell yourself, I will not waste today regretting yesterday. I will not waste today fearing tomorrow. I will invest today in being fully alive, fully engaged, fully present. I will squeeze every drop of life from these 24 hours. This isn't just philosophy, it's strategy. When you're fully present, you're fully powerful. Anxiety can't touch you because anxiety lives in the future. Depression can't hold you because depression lives in the past. In the present, there is only action, only possibility, only life. The present is where warriors live. The present is where victories are won. Tell yourself, today is not a dress rehearsal, it's the performance. Today is not preparation for life, it is life. Today is not a stepping stone to something better. It is the destination. Every morning you wake up, you're given 24 hours. That's your wealth. That's your opportunity. That's your life. Spend it wisely. Live it fully. Today. These 12 declarations aren't just words. They're weapons. Every morning you face a choice. Arm yourself with truth or surrender to lies. The weak wake up and let life happen to them. Warriors wake up and happen to life. Which one are you? The answer isn't in your words, it's in your actions. It's in what happens after you finish watching this. Remember where we started. I told you that every morning is a battlefield. Now you know why. The war isn't against the world, it's against the weaker version of yourself. The version that wants to sleep in, make excuses, avoid discomfort, seek approval, and settle for mediocrity. That version dies when you speak these truths. But here's what I didn't tell you. That version fights back. It will try to convince you that this is just another motivational message. It will whisper that change is too hard, that you're fine as you are, that tomorrow is soon enough. Marcus Aurelius had the power to sleep until noon, to live in luxury, to avoid all discomfort. Instead, he woke before dawn to write reminders to himself. Not because he was naturally disciplined, but because he understood the mind needs daily training. The spirit needs daily armor. The warrior needs daily truth. Even emperors must fight their inner battles. Tomorrow morning, when consciousness returns, you'll face the same choice you've faced every morning of your life. But now you're armed. Now you know what to tell yourself. Now you understand that the quality of your day depends on the quality of your morning thoughts. The question is, will you use these weapons, or will you let them rust? Start with one declaration, master it, then add another. Build your morning philosophy like a fortress, brick by brick, truth by truth. Because when you win the morning, you win the day. When you win your days, you win your life. If these truths stirred something in you, if you felt the warrior awaken, share which declaration hit hardest in the comments. Sometimes the first act of courage is declaring your intention to change. The battle begins at dawn. I'll see you there.